Howdy, folks. Welcome back. I told you I'd be back. All right, we got a lot to cover tonight, so let's just get to it. Thank you guys for spending a little bit of your time to be with our precious family here as we get started here. Welcome, everybody. Let's get our loop playing. Here we are, March 8th, 2024. 3 times 8 is 24. All right, and here we go with our loop. Let that play for a minute here. Okay, some of the data that was missing from last night when we took a little peek into the next day that was missing is now in there a little bit. So we're going to cover that here. And then the events that are happening here as well. So let me catch the opening frame here. Right there. Okay. So here we are, our opening frame, March 8th, 2024. You can see our object right here already underway. You can see our magnetic field here, the plasma coming out. This almost looks to be a secondary object. I can't tell if this is the magnetic field of this or if this might be a secondary object. But as we go forward, frame by frame here, I'll let you kind of be the judge of what's going on here. I look at the way the plasma comes out, bends, and then goes around something as well. This kink right here, this little kink right here kind of tells me that there's something more back there. And then when we have this wide spread from here to here, that's the magnetic field of something bigger back here. And this flow kind of seems to give it away. And there's this might be the accompanying moon or satellite that's accompanying a bigger object. I think it's just kind of out of view, a little too far away. But the way the plasma is stretching out and going up and around something tells me that there's something bigger back in there. All right, let me kind of get the wavy lines out of here again. All right, my bad. Whoop, there we go. All right, continuing on, you can see, whoops, back here. Something going on over here, right there possibly. I'm looking for dark spots. That we have this over here as well. You can see that it's grabbed a bunch of plasma. Now, as we go forward here, you see it kind of exiting the screen. Here's the ghost image of it right there. And again, with this bigger plasma flow, like around something bigger back there. I'll let you guys be the judge of that, but I look at the flow asymmetries, the way it gets stretched out like that, kind of hints at something bigger accompanying that clear object. Here again, we have another object here. You see this spire? It travels right on the spire line, and you can see this round black object right here with a stripe of plasma cutting right through the middle of it. In fact, we're just going to go right up close. Okay, and it came out on this ribbon. Whoops. Well, let's come over here. This ribbon of plasma. So if we back up here a little bit, just a tad bit. One more. Go a couple previous frames here. Slide down. My bad. There we go. You see how it came out on this spire line right here. Okay, so another trailing object, possibly another something streaking across there. Look right there. Anyways, and trailing objects, trailing these bigger ones, I believe. Then we have another eruption from down here, from more objects. Okay, we have a jump also in data. So right there's probably pretty good. Let me just zoom in on this real quick while we got it. Okay, you can see this object right here, a bunch of plasma out in front of it right here. All right, and the instrument reacting to it. We got a dent right here, and then it almost looks like there's a second smaller one trailing back here. Can you see this little guy back there? All right, now let's zoom out of that. So what appeared to be kind of, to me, I'll let you guys be the judge as well, that we had a couple of our bigger objects with their accompanying moons, and then the trailing, not debris, but trailing objects, the smaller stuff trailing behind it. Okay, now let me pull back just a tad bit here. Let's go to like right there. That's good. And then start this movie. See that opening scene right there? There was something bigger backbeat, a little further out of frame. Yeah, I have a feeling that was our big object again right there. The Nemesis object, which appeared to be, there was one frame I saw there. Let me see if I can capture something here real quick. We have a lot to cover tonight, and I really need to move on, but this is kind of important, right? Okay. Previous. See how it's coming out straight and then bending and going around right here? Where was another frame with that kind of structure? Oops. You can also see this little moon down below here. See, there appears to be something bigger back here. Look over on this side. You can see how dark it is over here. There's a little dark moon right there, something else. See, that to me looks like a bigger dark object with a bunch of little satellites around it. And then when you look back over here, look how it's stretching this whole event is this wide right here, the whole magnetic field. So I think what we have here is our bigger object back there. I wish we had, here. We could go to the frames before too, but for right now, here's this event. You can see pretty plain what's going on there. Let me go one more frame right there. I don't know, come over here to this instrument, mess around with it, play around, and take a look at what's going on over on this side as well. You see a giant lion face roaring? It doesn't surprise me because they're, oh yeah. Whoa. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me because there's all kinds of spiritual events going on with this stuff now, okay? It's hard to tell you guys in astrophysics how something spiritual works. So we have to kind of rely on astrophysics to get you started to wrap your head around it. So when we switch to the spiritual, you will be able to grasp it a little easier. So here we go. That seems to be our bigger object right there. Not as defined as last time when it passed by, but it seemed to be, we're lucky it didn't pop off a big X flare. Usually that one pops off a pretty good sized flare. So you can see something black right here too. Something round and black right there. See that? Right there. I don't know. But you can also see this flow, something bigger back here. All right, put that back into motion real quick. Let that one more time. Yeah, that was a pretty big object, whatever that was. It created a pretty wide blast right there. Okay, so that's your sun activity today. Let's come on over to the solar ham now. Oh, I see the whole family gathering in the chat. Oh, good, good, good. While we're waiting, everybody take a nice deep breath in, hold it, and then exhale nice and slowly. While we're waiting here. All right, there we go. Everybody relax. A lot of stuff going on, and I feel a lot of stress in the air from everybody tripping out. So you guys need to relax, breathe. Well, let's get into this. I'll zoom in a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. All right. As you can see, we've had quite a little busy day here, minus this thing, okay? But we came out of this event right here. This is the big one that we were looking at, right at the opening shot right here was this event trailing away. And then we had a couple little burps. You saw them little other moons, the other things go by, and then this event right towards the end. And then we've had another smaller event going into the 8th. So let's go back here real quick, back up a little bit, and take a peek at the 8th. What? You don't want to? Well, let's take a peek at the 9th, is what I meant. And look at this over here already. Oh, my. We got 10 frames, so let me just get you to frame 1. So, and then a big skip. We went from 036 to 600 or 6 o'clock right there. Okay. And you can see we have our object probably right out here in the plasma with its little magnetic field going around it right there. Instrument reacting to it. There's a really good shot of it right there. Wonder what's going on right there, huh? Hey, NASA, explain this. You can't. You have to come to this channel for an explanation. All right, anyways, as that thing continues on out, nice and clear, you can see it right there. Wow, there's another good shot, huh? You totally see the instrument reacting to. Oh, look at this beautiful shot right here. And nothing going on there. Nothing to see here. Oh, wow. Well, aren't you glad we took a peek at the 8th or the 9th here? Okay, boom. All right, so that is our little event right here going off right there. All right, so been kind of an active 24 hours, you know, since we had this event right here. We could even go take a peek at this too. We should, but let's try to wrap this part up first, and then we can go back a little bit. So back to our regular report, X flare down to 1%. I would raise that right now, especially with those 2 bigger objects that just went by. I think there's a third, and that's the one that could produce a surprise X flare. So even though they say 1%, I say watch out. There could be a surprise X flare. M flare potential, that should be up higher because we just had an M flare and almost a second one right there. So I disagree with these a little bit, but that's okay. That's what they are at right now. Here's the sunspot 3599 is like calmed down a little bit. It's beta gamma configuration. It's no longer beta gamma delta. All right, that's where it gets dangerous. So here we have a little reduction in that sunspot, which is good. But over here, as you can see on our KP index, we have taken on quite a bit of energy in the last couple of days here. Let me just go ahead and pop this up a little bit bigger. Starting from back here, we actually had a little event right before this, all right? We absorbed a lot of energy, it tapered off, but then we had another little event where we absorbed energy, tapers off, and then looky here, we're absorbing energy again, and we're at a KP4. Okay, we haven't seen KP4 in a while, all right? Let's go ahead and pop open the auroras. Right now, they're looking okay. I saw some yellow in here when it was over on this side a little earlier, but not too bad. So we are taking a little bit of a hit, okay? There was some yellow in there, and it got the KP up to 4, all right? So and then it's not over yet. It'll probably, descend down like this until, our next little round hits. This is that path of totality. 1 month to go. 1 month to go until the total solar eclipse here in North America. Yours truly is located right in the path of the totality, and weather permitting, I will be providing video and imagery of the event. So the guy who's doing this is located right there in the path of totality. Pretty cool. Old article from the 6th. Let's get over here. Here's 3599. It's more probably rotated over, clear off over on this side now. More center disk, Earth facing us than this image right here. In fact, I think this should be a little updated version. Yeah, see it now, it's right here. So that old picture that was from a few days ago, now 3599 is right there. And thankfully it is calmed down, because that's right where it starts getting dangerous. All right, so thankfully this one's calming down a little bit. We'll see what else happens here. Okay, so now absorption delayer is really quiet right now. That's good. For tomorrow, they're predicting the G1 storm, okay? And we covered, let's just see the tracker in case there's this latest event today on there. Sure enough, they got it kind of going away from us. See this? There we go. Yeah, thankfully that's heading away from us. We don't even need to be clipped by any kind of energy right now. I'd rather see everything heading away like that. That's good news right there. All right, other than that, we still have this old spiral here with impact on the 9th from a filament release on the 6th. Okay, back out of that. Whoa. Well, there's Space Cowboy. Oh, please come back. Well, while we're waiting for that to come back here, we do have wait, come here. I want this page now. We don't even need to mess with the other page. Just give me that one. There we go. All right, back to business. Geomagnetic storm watch that we were just talking about has issued for minor G1 storm watch for today, March 9th. When a CME is expected to graze Earth's magnetic field, normally the glancing blow would not cause a magnetic storm. However, at this time of the year, even a weak impact could do the job because of the equinox, all right? So that's why we don't need any kind of impacts, because it's weak right now, all right? Beautiful picture of this rainbow. This thing is stunning, man. Here we go. These red lights are not auroras. Last Sunday on March 3rd, a CME hit Earth's magnetic field. The surprisingly strong impact sparked the G2 class storm with bright auroras around the Arctic Circle. Upon closer inspection, however, not all of those lights were auroras. Some were SAR arcs. During the storm, Mart photographed this red bow, over Kiakula, Estonia. It was a strong SAR arc, he says. SARs were discovered in 1956 in the beginning of the space age. Research didn't know what they were and unwittingly gave them the misleading name, stable auroral red arcs, or SARs. In fact, they are not auroras. Auroras appear when charged particles rain down from space, hitting the atmosphere and causing it to glow like a picture tube in an old color TV. SARs are formed differently. They are a sign of heat energy leaking into the upper atmosphere. I repeat, they are signs of heat energy leaking into the upper atmosphere from Earth's ring current system, a donut-shaped circuit, just like a donut. You know what the we'll get to that here later too. Carrying millions of amps around the planet during the geomagnetic storm of March 3rd, this ring current sprang to significant leak. All right, pretty cool stuff, but these signs of heat energy leaking into the upper atmosphere. Not good. That means the planet's overcharged. Okay, moving on here. We have our Schumann resonance for tonight, and not much to report on except some good news. We have one long, solid green line for a moment there, and that looks healthy. There was maybe one little incident right here, but not much. So we're pumping along nice and good, nice and strong, kind of back to normal. Not so much finger in the light socket or, all the tense pain and, stuff that comes along with this. So some good news to report out of the Schumann. All right, core and the shell are humming right along, producing a nice strong magnetic field, which is good for this impact that we're having today on the 9th. So good. We got a good strong field for our impact today. In fact, that on the KP back when we were there, those taller bars on the KP index could be an indicator of our impact right there. Because KP4 is pretty good, and that's what we were probably expecting to see out of that. So that could be our impact already. Anyways, over here to Null School, you can see our bipolar vortex. This one kind of gaining strength again and getting more organized, more powerful. This one still, not as strong. It's weaker, but it's diffused. It's a lot broader. All right. And then notice how the inflow, just almost like a tornado's inflow, comes in and it cuts off the bottom of the other. It like corrals the bottom of this other flow. And you can see our barrier line that's created in between there. All right. And here we have the spigot, pointing kind of down at Maine right here. All right. And then it separates and goes from, the top of Canada all the way down into upper Texas, and then finishes off here at the border of California and Mexico right here. So a polar vortex has shifted all the way down to here. It's been like this for a minute now. And then you can see our inflow for the other vortexes just down from it. Okay, so that's a crucial setup that we're seeing here. This big, broad-sized circulation now. Okay, it's not as compact and as powerful as this. Now, if you look over here real quick, we haven't been reporting on this side as much, but these guys over here in Europe are going to get hammered. You can see how it's just taking polar energy, whipping it right back into 180 right at them. So they're having their issues over there as well. Now, what this does with this reverse movement, it's going backwards than our weather. And at the transition level, where the weather and this polar vortex kind of transition, you get this effect right here. Okay, this is the effect from the other vortex pushing this way against the air down below. This air wants to buckle and go north and head south and dip, and it creates this big open zone like that, all right? And it causes the jet stream to do some violent dips. Here we have the transition area, and then as we go down, there we are. And you can see this big, giant arc right here that's just coming right at the coast and then heading straight north. Look at this. it looks like this hot cocktail is just about to blast this area, and then this sharp, really hard ridge makes an arc around it and drive up north and come back down and regroup right over Texas, and then you see this flow going up the east coast here. All right, so that's the upper jet stream. That's what this giant vortex up above has done to our upper jet stream. Go to the lower jet stream, you can see the correlation here still. You see this big tall ridge right here. This one diving down in, it's causing this big bubble to come back down like this, all right? So very, very violent changes in the jet stream, which changes our weather drastically sometimes. All right, now here we go with this storm making landfall right here on the west coast, coming up, hitting the Pacific Northwest, and then it'll be pushing down into the Northern California. We have another rotation back here, another strong storm, and then this monster back here. All right, so we gotta pray that we got everybody get ready. Here we go. All right. And pray maybe that polar vortex can shift and change all this in a heartbeat. Maybe we could get lucky and get a shift in the right direction, or no telling what's going to happen here. All right, so while we're at this altitude, let's come on over and show you our sandstorm, continuing sandstorm, okay? Still ongoing here in Africa, blowing across the Pacific into South America. Also, we have, let's put the winds back on this one, please. Okay, so with the winds playing there, you can see they're whipping this way, picking up sand, turning it, swirling around up here. You got a big sandstorm going on up here. And then you got these winds rotating and pushing sand offshore. You see how the winds come up from here, grab it, and pull it on over. So massive, massive sandstorm. Most of northern Africa under, big sand all over the place, okay? It's not only going across the Atlantic, it's also just circulating all over North Africa right now. We also have an ongoing sandstorm over here in Saudi Arabia, just above Yemen here. That's a continuing one. We also have this other sandstorm over here in China. So we have three Golden State Times. Gent, how are you, sir? I haven't seen you in a long time. Bless your heart. I'm sorry I missing in action, but I got other battles I fight now. So welcome. Enjoy the report here. We're going deep. So 3 ongoing sandstorms out of season. This one since November of 2023. This one for the last probably week or so now. And then this one up in China has been going for about a month now. Okay, so out of season, giant sandstorms going on. What's going to happen this summer? I mean, we don't even see sandstorms this big and this long in the summertime. So imagine what's going to happen here soon. Now, switching from that, let's get on over here to the chemicals, pull up the SO2 and take out the wind. This is sulfur dioxide. It's the gas that surrounds the magma down below. And when the pressure builds up down below, it pushes this gas up through the perforations in the crust. And this is all sulfur dioxide being pushed up from the magma down below, penetrating through the crust. And here at China, we have this big blob right here. We always come over here and check the coloration of this to see how dark it is or how, if it's lightened up, because it's an indicator of how much pressure rise or build underneath the crust. So as you look at this, you'll see. Oh, thank you, Jim. You'll see here that we have a very concentrated patch at this region and nothing here because this is an old sea floor. The pressure from the water has compacted the floor of this old dead sea so solid that there's no perforations in it. So really solid ground versus regular ground. Okay, and you see all the perforations, a lot of pressure underneath China. It's actually lightened up from yesterday. Let's get on down here to Java. This is one of our best indicators. And the purple island of Java is purple tonight. Okay, so a lot of gas coming out of that region. They're having multiple volcanic explosions there, and we've been observing earthquakes off the plate boundary here. This is our kind of our pressure valve, our release point around the planet. Okay, and tonight it's filled in, so that means there's some pressure going on down below. Quite a bit right here. It's pushing out a lot of gas. Let's come on over to America. Look at America here. There's a country divided right down the middle. This side bleeding out. This side all speckled and stuff. A lot of these spots here are, perforations in the crust, weak points. A few years back, I think it was BP Earthwatch spotted a couple of these little plumes along the west coast right here and brought it to people's attention, and the world stood still for a minute and everybody held their breath. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Well, that faded and everybody forgot about it. Meanwhile, this problem has blossomed. Wouldn't you say? Anyways, the coloration over here seems to have darkened up as well a little bit tonight. Compared to last night, I would say this region has darkened up a little bit. Okay, so we're seeing an increase in pressure, I think, down below again. Even over here, let's check Cuba and even Jamaica here. We got this spot. It's very dark as well. Another spot I like to check here is this fulcrum point here in South America. How well is it standing out than the other ones? How dark is it? Pretty dark, standing out pretty well. So are the other two kind of next to it. So I would say it's a little bit darker. It's kind of strange. Everybody seems darker tonight except for China. And it was usually them who sees the increase in pressure the most. Is it Java and China? Okay, and then real quick, we'll stop over in Hawaii. Got some friends there. Still, Oahu, Maui, and here in the main island, little plumes of SO2 coming out. All right, and if you look around the world, China bleeding out. India is having their issues. Okay, we got activity here in Saudi Arabia, Iran, and Europe. Europe is a mess. It is bleeding out. It looks like somebody carved up a side of beef. You can barely make out the landmarks. But here's Spain. Let me zoom in here. You can see Spain here, Portugal, France. All right, here's your Mediterranean. There's the Black Sea. All of that area is just bleeding SO2 because of pressure down below. As the sun hits the earth, or the sun hits the magnetic field sends that energy to the poles. The auroras light up, the poles absorb that energy and send it to the core. Then the core heats up and swells. And when that core heats up and swells, it grinds on the inner core. That inner core also heats up and swells and transfers heat through the magma. The magma thus heats and swells from the inside out, pushing up against the underside of the crust. When it pushes up against the underside of the crust, it pushes all the gases out. Pretty soon we're going to run out of the gases and lava are going to come squirting out these spots one day. All right, now let's keep going here. Now on to our earthquake report. Okay, now coming over to here, we did have a deep quake today. Let's get into it. We had a 5.3 down at 598. That's a very deep quake, and a 5.3. Our usual is a mid-range 4, right? We're used to seeing mid-range 4 popping off 5s at the surface. So here we have an increase in magnitude down below. That's an increase in pressure, causing a stronger quake down below at the depth. Okay, this translates into larger quakes up at the surface. Nothing along this plate boundary today. I'm surprised. We have seen activity around here lately, but check this out. We had a quake over here in Australia instead. We had a 3.5 here at a depth of 8. That's a very shallow quake right there on the beach. Right there off the coast, or right inside the coast of Australia right here, okay? So, one of your diverse quakes, okay? Not where we're used to seeing it. If it was over here, it would be, on the plate boundary would be something normal. But over here, we're not used to seeing that. Diverse quake, duly noted. Increase in pressure at the surface. Boy, we had a 6.0, and that's not even at the surface. That's at 125. That's only like a quarter of the way down. And I heard 6.1. So I'm surprised they didn't make it a 5.9, huh? Anyways, we had a 6.1 right here, stronger energy at the surface due to this stronger magnitude down below. Note how quiet this whole region here is. Please close that out. This whole region, nice and quiet. We got volcanic activity in there. Over here by Java, everything on this plate boundary, nice and quiet, going all the way up to the fulcrum point. All quiet because we got volcanic activity going on in this region. Up here at this fulcrum point, just south of the really main fulcrum point right here on this plate, see this little underwater ridge right here, this pressure ridge, when these two plates push up against each other this way like that, little pressure ridges build inside the barrier right there, right on that ridge, your mid-range 4 at a depth of 10. Here's your fulcrum point. That whole island was pushed up out of the water like a big shovel, like a big tractor came along and scooped up a bunch of sand and kept pushing it until the pile built up and emerged out of the surface of the water and became an island. Okay. So everything else is very, very quiet, eerily quiet. Up here we have a 4.9. What do we do with 0.9s here? That's right. Here's your 5-point energy at the surface right there. Coming back over here, just off the fulcrum point, we had this area yesterday. 4.3 down at 10 right there. Okay, and then notice how quiet Europe is. The whole Atlantic ridge is all quiet. Iceland's getting close to being erupting here. And then as we come back over to this way, nothing made it over the hump here. There wasn't much energy coming through this way. Just a small quake at 2.5 up there. Now, as we get in here, everything has passed the Wanda Fuca. We did have a little bit of energy in the Central Valley pop off today, but a 2.8. Here at my house, I got a 3.0 in my backyard right here. And then just now, we had a 2.7 down here in Independence. But all in all, pretty quiet. A couple of little reminders up here in Idaho, 2.9, 2.5. That's an indication of that pressure down below, okay? Over here off the coast is a 3.0. Let's take a peek. Yeah, it's off the coast. All right, Texas and Oklahoma, we all know what's going on there. Okay. Mid-range 2s and a 3, nothing too big. Cocos is quiet. All of South America, pretty quiet. We had one quake right here, 4.0 down at 82. And that's it. Now, doesn't that kind of look eerily quiet for our earthquake report? Let me pull back one more. I'm just saying, we're used to seeing, at least some quakes along here or something. It's just eerily quiet. All right, let me X out of some of these pages here. Oh, wait, maybe we can just... All right, Lord, let this volcano page work, please. Oh, good. All right, so here we go into the volcano report here. If I could have control. Pardon the ad real quick. Let's get out of the ad. All right, here we go. Already into the 9th right here. We got Fuego, Popo, Semeru, Ibu, Takono, Marapi. And what's this? A new name. Pinton de la Fornez. And Sangay. All right. Here we have Ibu up here in Indonesia. This one went up today. Where did I see the... It was like 7,000 feet or something. I don't see it now, but anyways, you see how tall this blast is right there. I want you to think of energy being released at the surface, that magma pushing up, pushing gases out, and lava rising to the surface. Okay, Ibu, powerful eruption from Ibu. All right. Here we are, Semeru, on the island of Java, a 15,000-foot blast. I want you to also think about all this ash that's going up into the air, more particulates in the air, more fuel for raindrops to form. Okay, Semeru, 15,000. Marapi, where's the flight level? Nothing on that one. Ducono, 8,000 feet. Popocatépetl, 20,000 feet. Now, this volcano just spewing huge plume after huge plume, day after day down in Mexico. Fuego going off, 17,000 feet. That's a lot of pressure to build a blast that high. Sangay, 20,000 feet. Now, here we go with our new volcano. I was talking about new ones coming online, having these active ones switching over to fully erupting. Well, here's a brand new one that's coming online, the Pinton de Fornés. The Observatory Volcano de Pinton Fornés informed about an increase in the seismic activity at the volcano. The seismic instrument detected 13 volcanic tectonic earthquakes on March 5th, 7 on the 6th, and 7 March, and the 7th of March, okay? All located at depths 1 to 5, 1.5 to 2 kilometers. That's a very shallow. The magma's right there at the surface, 1.52 kilometers down. This thing's almost ready to blow. So now we'll get into the 8th here, since that was today, the 8th. Get some of these wavy lines out of there. And everybody pray for, here we go. Cool, everybody's still hanging tough. All right, good. One more second. Come on, spinny. All right, now back to business here. Recahenus. This is the one we got to watch now, too. Magma is on the move again here at Recahenus. So it's getting close to possibly erupting, too. And now, with that new inbound wave of energy that we will be absorbing from the 9th, our wave from the 9th will translate down to the core, and eventually a little more pressure will build, and we'll probably see Recahenus go off here in the next couple of days. All right, it's right at the edge. Same with that new volcano. Sakurajima here, 7,000 feet. Suwanosejima, 5,000 feet. Ducono, active lava flow at the new one here too. So Ibu, 10,000 feet out of Ibu. Remember that blast we were looking at earlier? 10,000 feet, not 8,000. Semeru, 15,000. Marapi, 300 meters above the summit. Ducono, 8,000. Here's our new one here, another new one. Fernandina in the Galapagos Island. This is the one that has the arms of lava that's running down the volcano. Not all of them explode right up into the air. Some of them just overflow with lava and then start oozing rivers of lava. And the effusive eruption at the volcano goes on. Lava flows continue to be active at the southeastern flank of the volcano, currently 7 to 8 kilometers long. The flank issues are up to flow front. Okay. Lava hasn't made it to the ocean yet, and it is still uncertain whether it'll eventually reach the sea. Long article there, but back to Popocatépetl, 19,000 feet earlier today, and the other one going into today already was 20. So 2 blasts, one at 19 and one at 20. Here's Fuego again. Sporadic emissions. Sangay, 20,000 feet. That's a lot. That's a huge blast. And I can't believe these aren't all over the news. We're in our media. They're just so political, so politicized. They're absent class. Reventador, 15,000 feet. Sabancaya, unable to detect. But here we go with this list now. These are your currently erupting ones. These are ones that are erupting right now. This is a list of ones that are active and are about to erupt. Okay, Bizamani and the Kamchatka Peninsula, Ducono, Ebico, Arubis. Meanwhile, over here, Aoba, Bangana, Cotopaxi. Watch for that one possibly coming online. Urdaale, Fernandina, Fuego, and Ibu. Meanwhile, over here, Etna, watch for that one to possibly go. There's a lot of pressure under Sicily, and they are not having enough pressure released there in that area. So watch for Etna possibly. Also, this new one, Gamalama. It surprised and came out of nowhere. It could possibly go a full active. Great Sitkin, Karangatang, Kilauea is it could possibly, if we get a good push of pressure from down below. Meanwhile, over on this side, we still have Ibu, and I don't want you guys to forget about Krakatoa. This is the old Krakatoa. Krakatoa is the one that darkened this planet and changed history. All right? So its little baby remnant that's there, Krakatoa, is still currently erupting. That's in the Sun to Strait, right between. Come here, you. We got Semeru right here, and then we got Krakatoa right here in this bay, right where my little arrow's sitting, is the old Krakatoa. All right, it's the remnants, and this thing blasted earlier or a couple years ago, and was quite a big blast. So we got to watch out for that one. We got Semeru going off here, and then up here is the other Marapi. We have Merapi over here, so we got a lot of volcanic activity going off in this region right here. 3 to 4 active volcanoes just in that little frame right there. So going back over here, Krakatoa, don't forget about this one. Luatolo going off, Merapi, Masaya, Merapi in Java, okay? Meanwhile, over on this side, Manam, Mayon, Nevada del Ruiz has explosive activity up to 20,000 feet daily. It should be over here already. Take it off of there, put it over here in your mind because that thing is active. Mike, don't forget about Michael in the South Sandwich Island going off. We have Nyiragongo in Africa, Popo in central Mexico, sorry. And whoops, get out of there, you. Sabancaya, Sakurajima, Sangay, Santa Guido, Semeru, Shivalush, that's up on the Kamchatka. Meanwhile, over on this side, watch for Recahanus to come online possibly. Rincon de Viejas, one that jumps back and forth. Stromboli. Don't forget, Stromboli has Strombolian explosions, okay? Watch this one closely as well. Ulawan, I always talk about, it hasn't done anything, but it has produced the biggest blast of the year so far, or last year. So the sleeper that could possibly surprise, okay? Meanwhile, finishing off with Villarica and Yasur over here, okay? So we have a lot of fully active volcanoes, a lot of potentially active ones, and we got brand new ones we've never even heard of coming online. All right, so there's your volcano report. Now let's get on over here to the weather because we got weather issues that are ongoing at this moment, and we really kind of need to get to them. In fact, before we hop into this, let me just get you over here to another instrument we use. I use occasionally, Ventu Sky here. Once it pulls up, all right. First off, what I have it set on right here is precipitation. Hourly, 1 hour precipitation levels, okay? You see this chart over here in the coloration? There's 2 inches up at the top, all right? Now let me get in, let me get in here to this band right here. We're looking at 2.5, there's a 2.81 inches per hour. I want you to think about almost 3 inches per hour. 2.48, 2.6 up here, all right? This whole patch is there's going to be flash flooding in this area. In fact, let me see if I can pull up my other weather app real quick and see if we had the tornado warnings going or not. But this region, there are flash flood warnings for this region going on right now, at least, all right? Now, as we pull back, I want you to see where we're talking about. This whole storm front that's going through Alabama and into Georgia right now. And, yeah, here we go real quick. Let me see if we can pull up this. Real quick here. You see? No. All right, you see the 2 little red boxes on this screen right here in my weather app? Those are all those boxes are flood watches now. All right, so we got a very serious storm. It's not producing tornadoes right now, but it is producing large hail and extreme downpours. Okay, go back to the radar part of this. This is our current radar right now, so it's still intense right in this area, just above Enterprise. East of Troy, heading up towards this area right now. So you guys outside of Ozark, get ready for pretty powerful storm coming through your area, and there's a lot of moisture and stuff in this area right now. Okay, real quick, what I want to also do is helicity, which is the potential for rotation. All right, and okay, so all this red area here still has potential when this storm moves through. Okay, these little pockets right along the storm edge right there where the tornadoes could pop off. All right. So for tomorrow, there is a lot of helicity in the air. Okay. We didn't see any thunderstorm or we didn't see any tornadoes today, but a lot of them came very close. There's your precipitation amounts right there. And again, I saw 2.91 right there. So some very, very heavy downpours. There's going to be flooding, flash flooding in this area. Everybody stay aware. Okay, now let's get back over to the forecast, all right? So let me back up. Bing, 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 bing. So here we are right here, our current conditions. All right, I just kind of showed you what was going on there. And then remember the helicity for tomorrow. Now, as we go into the morning hours, there's still a chance of severe weather. It diminishes by noontime. Now, up here by the convection, we have another branch forming back here, all right? Just in front of it is this pop-up. We're going to have pop-ups through this area at convection. Now, this next frame is very important. You see that motion right there? I want you to watch carefully. From the end of convection, going nocturnal and intensifying right over Long Island, New York City, Pennsylvania here. All right, so it's going to deliver a blow tomorrow night to this region right here. All right, and this is no joke. All you guys get ready, hunker down, and prepare because this is coming your way. So there's the noontime tomorrow, the end of convection or sundown. There's the nighttime, the morning. That is the morning time of the 10th, you guys. Look at this, just deep, deep low, a 986 low right there, and severe weather in southern Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, that whole region. So starting tomorrow from sundown through the night and into the morning is going to be severe weather for New York City and the East Coast up there. Then, as it does this maneuver right here, this is extraordinary. The way it's turned back like this and wrapped around, we have a projected 964. Category 2 stops at 965. This is entering Category 3, hurricane potential. All right, it's not a hurricane, but it has the same characteristics that come along with a Category 3 hurricane. Do you hear me? Do you see what I'm showing you? That's 986 right there. That's Category 2. There's 992. That's Category 1. So it actually blossoms from 1, 2 to 3, even though it doesn't have as much like severity. There's severe right in the center, and they're projecting a 964. It's not an 8. It's a 6. All right, so pay attention. Everybody, pay attention. Over here, meanwhile, we got this sneaking in on the West Coast. Severe weather here by the nighttime. Let's even back up a little bit as it makes landfall here at the night of the 9th. Going into the morning of the 10th right here, severe weather all along the coast right there. Driving down into Northern California by noontime. Here we got severe weather by the Bay Area by convection, the end of or sundown, the nighttime of the 10th, morning of the 11th, noon, again with another round, convection, nighttime, morning of the 12th, noon, convection, nighttime, morning of the 13th, noon, convection, nighttime, morning of the 14th. Watch out here, morning of the 14th. Remember, this thing was pinching off way down here before. Now it's shifted to way up here. So watch out for that one. There's the noontime, the 14th. Then by convection, it actually splits. Watch out this tail end by after convection, blossoming at night, another nocturnal event possibly here on the 14th. So noontime the 14th, convection, nighttime. Watch out in that area, the nighttime of the 14th, you guys. The morning time is still just going to be on fire there. There's the noontime of the 15th, convection, nighttime, morning of the 16th, noon, convection, nighttime, morning of the 17th. Now we're watching the 17th down here. Yeah, here we go at noon again. And then, by convection kind of breaking up. That's good. Morning of the 18th, noon, convection, nighttime, morning of the 19th, noon the 19th, convection the 19th. Watch out there at the end of convection, the 19th possibly. We'll watch that one too. Nighttime, morning of the 20th, noon, convection, nighttime, morning of the 21st, noon, convection, nighttime, morning of the 22nd, noon, convection, nighttime. Nighttime there, the 22nd. Watch out. Hopefully that doesn't happen. That'll change probably. But that would be the morning of the 23rd, noon, convection, nighttime. And I can't believe it actually makes it to this day right here. The morning of the 24th, noon, convection, and that's it. Till the convection of the 24th. All right, so let that loop play again. You guys be on alert for this storm. It's going to bomb out. It's going to do that bombogenesis thing. If it drops to a 964, the wind speeds up there will be nuts. Okay, you're looking at power outages. It's going to be taking out trees and power lines and knocking stuff over and blowing stuff around. Secure your stuff down. Get ready for this could, catch people off guard. That big one here. It's just so important. I got to do it again. Starting here, the noon tomorrow of the 9th. There's the end of convection in Pennsylvania, the rest heading offshore. Then the nighttime is when it really kind of catches on fire there and heads towards New York City. Tomorrow night, this will be 10 p.m. Pacific. That'll be 1 in the morning out there. So in the middle of the night, New York is going to get it. And then right there at a 986, dropping to 9, that's got to be 84. No, it says 964. Pray that that's wrong, but we'll watch this closely. You guys could have a very serious storm on your hands tomorrow night. And then you see as it just blows on through there and moves on out by the morning of the 11th there. All right, so everybody under the gun over here. One more time. God, I can't believe that that's a Category 3. 4 a.m. That's the morning of the 9th, noon. Convection, nighttime, this upper branch at nighttime. Oh, my God. Boom. In the morning hours. I can't believe it's striking in the morning hours. That is just awesome. Or just not awesome that way, but just awestruck type. All right, let's move on. That was it for the weather report and everything. And now time for the spiritual report. And hopefully we can what do we get out of this? Can we get over to... Well, I'm just going to have to start Xing out of things here and try to get at least some of these instruments out of here. Give me just a sec as the computer thingy spinnies and then we'll get on with the spiritual report. I got lots of reading for you guys tonight, so everybody take a nice deep breath in. Hold it. And exhale all the way out. Another nice deep breath all the way in. Hold your breath. Exhale. All right, let's get on over to my channel here. Pull up an image for you guys to read to tonight. Actually, maybe here, let's pull this one up first. Get that going. Minus the ad. Come on, you guys. Meanwhile, let me get my light going. And we've been discussing these different images that have been captured in the last couple of weeks here. In fact, that is not what I was... How did that pop up on this? Oh, it's their ad. Okay, here we go. So here's this image that was captured on Easter 2020. 2,000-year-old prophecy come true. Tilt your head to the right. You can see his... Let me get this so it's not wavy. The eyes, the nose, chin and beard, the hair flowing back, this face with the hair flowing back, and the crown up above it right there. All right. I see we're right here at our 20. There's our regular 20 people. Actually, I want to pull up the other image too. Give me just a second here. I want Mr. MBB's image too, because that's something we're going to play again tonight. This is a very important event that happened, and we need to get this kind of in your skull so you can contemplate this and wrap your brain around it. Michael Bradbury, good guy, Mr. MBB, tries hard to bring you his reports. I've enjoyed his stuff for a long time. Please, can we finish up with the ads, you guys? There's so much time wasted on ads. Come on. So annoying. Anyways, well, I guess what I wanted to pull up was the image that he captured the other night. And it's very important that we have it. And that is not what I clicked on, you guys. How did you get this out of what I clicked on? You know, it's been interesting lately. I've been noticing that sometimes when you click on something, they will actually shift the screen behind you at the last second and put their ad there. So when you click on it, you accidentally hit their ad. It's pretty tricky. I like their tricky style, you know. It's blatantly obvious to me. I can see through it. But here we go with this event here. It's important that we get this under our belt. So we're just going to play this real quick here. Let me take off the volume. Please, Lord, can we have cooperation with the computer? I didn't turn off all the instruments. That's why. Okay.
Coming up real soon.
All right.
And out of Kentucky. What I've done with this video, as bizarre as it may be, I've taken and done some work to it.
Where's the original
part? Some modifications to the original format. Coming out of Kentucky. Analysis of bizarre sky video.
Trying to find the part where it's actually playing. Oh, right here.
Ice right here. Photo and video.
Come on, where to go?
Every single one. And it's just simply the reflection.
All right, hopefully
Here, listen to what he says.
It's a face. Everybody's out here.
It's a 145.
Everybody's out here looking. We're coming out here to see. But I gotta get this. Y'all see that? That's crazy. Now, hold up. Let me zoom so everybody can see it. Nice. Zoom on it. Hey, y'all need to call somebody. Yeah. Tell them we're out here, what we're looking at. Now, y'all see this. You see it, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, there it is. That's a nice,
Woke him up.
crispy face. Hey, somebody got another phone? I don't want to be the only one recording this.
Okay, so we have multiple witnesses captured on film, all witnessing a real event in the sky. I think what is one of the best shots was the look of shock on the lady's face, a little bit inquisitive shock. She couldn't believe what she was looking at. All I wanted to do was move it back a tad frame. All right, patience, folks, as we play YouTube's little game here.
Protect your body from harm by wearing this Nano Protect Armor Guardian vest from Repent.
From Repent?
Completely sold on this.
I'm trying to
The
get
only reason
this
I'm analyzing this is
right
because
here.
I've had at least two. I'm looking. Oh, and elaborate.
All right, there we go. Sorry we had to go through all that, but it's a very priceless image, okay? As I've been going through this experience, I've been, haunted by the spiritual realm and seeing my face showing up in the clouds long ago. And now here it is happening again. Other people are capturing it. And that's kind of what my face looks like when I'm reading to you guys here. All right, I got the book light shining on my forehead right now. I'm looking down at you guys, about to do my reading here. Let's see if, it's kind of the opposite reverse image, but when I'm looking down like this, reading to you guys. So come to me with a teachable spirit, eager to be changed. A close walk with me is a life of continual newness. Do not cling to old ways as you step into a new year. Instead, seek my face with an open mind, knowing that your journey with me involves being transformed by the renewing of your mind. As you focus your thoughts on me, be aware that I am fully attentive to you. I see you with a steady eye because my attention span is infinite. I know and understand you completely. My thoughts embrace you in everlasting love. I also know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Give yourself fully to this adventure of increasing attentiveness to my presence. One more bing. All right. Breathe. Take a deep breath with me. Relax in my healing presence. As you spend time with me, your thoughts tend to jump ahead to today's plans and problems. Bring your mind back to me for refreshment and renewal. Let the light of my presence soak into you as you focus your thoughts on me. Thus, I equip you to face whatever each day brings. This sacrifice of time pleases me and strengthens you. So do not skimp on our time together. Resist the clamor of tasks waiting to be done. You have chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from you. Refresh yourself in the peace of my presence. This peace can be your portion at all times and in all circumstances. Learn to hide in the secret of my presence, even as you carry out your duties in the world. I am both with you and within you. I go before you to open up the way, and I also walk alongside you. There can never be another companion as devoted as I am. Because I am your constant companion, there should be a lightness to your step that is observable to others. Do not be weighed down with problems and unresolved issues, for I am your burden bearer. In the world, you have trials and distress, but don't let them get you down. I have conquered the world, and I have deprived it of power to harm you. In me, you may have confident peace. I want you to learn a new habit. Try saying, I trust you, Jesus, in response to whatever happens to you. If there is a time, think about who I am in all my power and glory. Ponder also the depth and breadth of my love for you. This simple practice will help you see me in every situation, acknowledging my sovereign control over the universe. When you view events from this perspective, through the light of my universal presence, fear loses its grip on you. Doesn't it? Doesn't it, you guys? When you view events from my perspective, through the light of my universal presence, fear loses its grip on you. Adverse circumstances become growth opportunities. I repeat, adverse circumstances become growth opportunities when you affirm your trust in me, no matter what. You receive blessings gratefully, realizing they flow directly from my hand of grace. Your continual assertion of trusting me will strengthen our relationship and keep you close to me. I got more. I need a sip here. Sorry. The more often you turn your thoughts to me, the more often you will enjoy my perfect peace. This is a challenging goal, but it is also a glorious gift. I, the shepherd of your soul, am always accessible to you. You can train your mind to turn from other things and focus on me. When you experience something beautiful, thank me for it. When a loved one brings you joy, remember that I am the source of this pleasure. Post reminders of my presence in your home or car or office. It is also wise to memorize scripture since it is ultimately about me. Turning your thoughts to me demonstrates your trust in me. Even undesired things such as pain and problems can be reminders to communicate with me. Focusing on my presence protects you from getting stuck on problems. I repeat, focusing on my presence protects you from getting stuck on problems, going over and over and over them in your mind without making any progress. Be creative in finding new ways to turn your thoughts towards me. Thus, you can enjoy the wondrous gift of my peace. In me, you can discover joy, inexpressible and full of glory. You will not find this kind of pleasure anywhere else. It is available only in your relationship with me. So trust me, beloved, and walk confidently along your life path. I say again, trust me and walk confidently along your life path. As we journey together, you will encounter many obstacles, some of which are quite painful. Expect these difficulties each day and don't let them throw you off course. Refuse to let adversity keep you from enjoying me. In my presence is deep sorrow can coexist with even deeper joy. Your life with me is an adventure, and there are always some dangers involved in adventurous journeys. Ask me to give you courage so that you can face your troubles boldly. Keep your hope fully fastened on me and on the heavenly reward that awaits you. Your joy will expand astronomically beyond anything you could possibly imagine when you reach your eternal home. There you will see me face to face, and your joy will know no bounds. I had another one for you. Okay, I got a couple more for you. Just real quick, while I'm in the middle of reading these, ones I pick out are things that happened to me today. Spiritual battles that I assaulted and overcame today. The actual things that affected me today, I learned from, and I pick through my notes and stuff, and I bring them to you because this is what I went through today, kind of type thing. Some of you are going the right step with me. So, back to the reading though. I am your treasure. Sometimes you feel frazzled, pulled this way and that way by people and circumstances around you. Your yearning for meaning and deep connection drives you into more and more activity. Even when your body is still, your mind tends to race, anticipating future problems and searching for solutions. You need to remember that all the treasure of wisdom and knowledge are hidden in me. Remind yourself of this glorious truth frequently by whispering, Jesus, you are my treasure. In you I am complete. Try it. It feels good. When you prize me above all else, making me your first love, you are protected from feeling fragmented. Whenever you find your thoughts straying, you can train your mind to return to the one who completes you. This gives focus to your life and helps you stay close to me. Living near me, enjoying my presence, involves seeking to obey my commands. I am telling you this so that you, my joy, may be in you and that your joy may be complete. And then in closing, right here, okay, I have a bad habit of doing overthinking sometimes, okay? Very, very quick mind, and I overthink things a lot. So beware of overthinking things, obsessing about unimportant matters. When your mind is idle, you tend to go into planning mode, attempting to figure things out and make various decisions before you really need to do so. This is an unproductive way of trying to grasp control, and it's a waste of your precious time. Often, you end up changing your mind or forgetting what you decided. There is a time for planning, but it definitely not all the time. There is a time for planning, but it's definitely not all the time, or even most of it. So seek to live in the present moment where my presence awaits you continually. Refresh yourself in the nearness, letting my love soak into your innermost being. Relax with me, putting aside problems so you can be attentive to me and receive more of my love. The more attentive you are, all you're receiving is more love. It's pretty cool. Again, relax with me, putting aside problems so you can be attentive and receive more of my love. Your soul actually thirsts for me, but often you don't realize what you're really longing for. Awareness of my presence. Let me lead you beside quiet waters and restore your soul. Just as lovers don't need to say much to communicate deeply, so it is in our relationship, the lover of your soul. Okay. Seek to live in the present moment where my presence awaits you continually. Refresh yourself in my nearness, letting my love soak into your innermost being. Relax with me, putting aside problems so you can be attentive to me and receive more of my love. Your soul thirsts for this, but often you don't realize what you're really longing for. Awareness of my presence. Isn't this cool? Awareness of my presence, that I'm actually present right here, right now with you. That's a miracle. It should feel that way too. When you really trust me and you grasp this, you will, something miraculous happens. You will feel something, I don't want to use the term magical, but it feels magical. And it's so again, relax with me, putting aside problems so you can be attentive to me and receive more of my love. Let me lead you beside quiet waters and restore your soul. All right, I think that's it for tonight. Pretty cool stuff, huh? Pretty cool things. This adventure that's been happening to me since September of 2017 has been quite the spiritual roller coaster, spiritual battle. The people that I come up um, against who don't believe me or receive it, the mental institutions I've had to go through, jail, all kinds of different weird, crazy stuff, all because someone doesn't believe me. Now, here's my face showing up in the sky. It's kind of shocking to see your own face in the sky, but I'm used to it. I've shown you other images of my face in the sky. This is our latest one, and it happens to be, it looks like when I'm looking down, reading to you guys, because that's when the most power happens, is when you guys are receiving what I am telling you. And when you're believing and you're experiencing that true gift, it's a gift. When you experience that true gift by trusting me and believing me, something magical happens in your life. And you realize who you are and the power that you have in your prayers. I'm your best friend. I'm your big brother. I'm always there watching out for you. I love you. I miss you guys. It's so awesome to be able to have this opportunity to be with my family. You guys are my family. Doesn't that feel awesome? Don't you guys feel reassured now? I love you. You guys came to the right place. And I get joy when you guys receive this gift that I give to you. It brings joy to me to give this gift to you. Do you see how the joy of the Lord is receiving you guys? It's amazing what you guys do for me. I have been through all kinds of things in therapy, and none of it seems to work. The only thing that works is Jesus Christ. He fixes all problems. And I can testify to that so many times in my life. I have been rescued from so many situations. I have been delivered from the base of the mountain. Let's go back to this real quick. I'm not done here yet. We're going to come a little bit further if we can. The base of that mountain where I showed you that picture of Jesus over the mountain here. I was homeless, 3-4 months ago at the base of that mountain. Actually got delivered to the base of that mountain, was homeless at the base of that mountain, and I knew I would be delivered. I knew it there wasn't a doubt in my mind. I felt at home out in the desert at the base of this mountain, homeless. I felt okay. Nothing shook me. I knew I was okay. I knew I was going to be delivered because I've been delivered so many times before, and I recognize who it's from, and I thank him every time. And then every time I need rescuing, he's right there. All right, well, it's refusing to cooperate and go back to the other picture, so we'll just close out with this one. Anyways, yeah, you guys have been there too. You guys can relate. That's what makes you part of this family. You have been through affliction. You've been through, your 7 years of tribulation should have been this last 6.5 years. Ever since like right around September of 2017, your life probably did a weird swing too. And ever since, we've been on this course where we're going to meet up with each other. Amazing how this won't change. This picture is stuck here. It won't react or nothing. So I'll just kind of leave it right there. All right. I've shown you the angels. I've shown you Mary. I've shown you the spiritual realm. You guys hear my notes. You hear my readings. Yeah, it should be pretty easy or pretty plain as day, but again, we have society has warped the whole story and changed things so much that's why you wouldn't recognize it when it comes, because it's been changed so much. But know that I'm here. I'm watching over you, protecting you, right? I'm here to gather my family. You guys have already made it. You guys figured it out. You were seeking my face, weren't you? Were you guys out there seeking my face? Yes. Mm-hmm. And did you find me? Yes. Mm-hmm. Pretty cool stuff, huh? Anyways, I love you all. God bless you all. I miss you all. And until my next show, I will be back. In fact, I'm already back here. If we can get back to that image. Oh, well. Just when I want to close out my show, good old devil sneaks in there and cover up the face. Anyways, that's it for tonight. Like I said, I love you all. I miss you all. God bless you all. And until my next show, I will be back. In fact, I am already back.